So today I'm going to teach you a couple basic things about Boolean. If you saw the Swiss cheese tutorial, it may get a little bit complicated for those of you who are new to 3ds Max. So this is just a more basic tutorial about a couple of the Boolean operations. What you're looking at here is going to be the final product. Think about it as a little section from an egg carton. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this so we can start from scratch. I'm going to start off with a box. It doesn't necessarily matter the size for this little project. I like increasing the length, width, and height segments just so I can avoid any kind of deformations that may happen when we start using Boolean. And I'm going to draw a sphere in the middle of my box here. I always like using my 4 viewports just so I can get the sphere nice and centered in here. Looks nice. And I'm going to go ahead and change the color just so we can distinguish one from the other. Alright. Before you do the Boolean operation, just make sure that all of your parameters are just the way you want them for the sphere, for the box, or whatever objects you're working with. Once you go into the Boolean, there is no way to go back and change the parameters unless you undo everything. You can do like the select and scale, select and squash, whatever you want to do, but I like to avoid that just to avoid any deformations that may happen. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Boolean operations. If you go over here to where it says standard primitives, this is where you're usually drawing your box, spheres, cylinders, all that good stuff. Go to the third drop-down item and you'll see compound objects. So you see the Boolean and pro-Boolean functions that are highlighted. Occasionally you'll have no objects highlighted in your viewport, so only blob mesh and mesher show up. So just make sure that you have one of your objects selected. For this tutorial we're going to be using Boolean because we're just removing one sphere from the box. Boolean was used with earlier versions of Max, and then they added pro-Boolean later on. So pro-Boolean is used to subtract multiple spheres or multiple objects, whatever you're working with, from your project. So right now I want to make sure that I have subtraction set, and my operand B is my sphere here. So pick operand B, click the sphere, and it will be removed from the box. So easy as that. If you go to your Modify tab, you will notice that Boolean has taken over. You are unable to go back to your box or your sphere to edit any of those parameters. So again, keep that in mind. I'm going to undo what I just did. Go back to my Boolean. I'm going to show you union. If you pick operand B, which is again the sphere, you're going to notice that it takes on the color of the box. So this is just indicating that these are moving as one and they are unioned. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box and I will get back to them. Thank you.